Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, I wanted to talk about my findings in Guild Duel, especially how you're earning the Duel crest related to the Vanguard Duel battles. Because if you take a look at the example here, my guild versus the opponent guild, both guilds are very active, both guilds rank well in AFK stages and Dream Realm. However, the only reason we have a score gap right now is basically due to the fact that the last 2 days we have gone in 3-0 wins in Vanguard Duel, and that is contributing 300 bonus Duel crests per each member, which is 90 members in your guild, in total contributing 27k Duel crests on a daily basis. So adding that up across 2 days, that is 54k basically points. And that is basically explaining the gap that we have between the two guilds. I mean, we still would be slightly ahead, but the Vanguard Duel is basically weighing it heavily in our favor. And I feel like I wanted to talk about this because basically, if you do not have 3 strong PvP players who can win you the Vanguard Duel, or at least have a chance, you basically will have no chance of beating the opponent guild in the Guild Duel. So this is what I wanted to highlight, and because really 27k points every day is too big of a mountain to actually surmount. Now, of course, if you have, for example, one PvP, player in your guild, Kraken, for example, who can get you at least one win in the Vanguard Duel, then it won't be so one-sided. But if you really lack 3 powerful members, and the opposing guild does have them, you basically will kiss your chance to win goodbye for that specific guild duel. And I think that honestly, I don't like this way that it's structured, because it's putting all of your eggs in your top 3 players, and or all of your basically chance of winning on your top 3 players. And if they cannot pull it out, then you are going to you're going to just lose the guild duel overall. So yeah, I mean, if we look at how Glyphshade Guild Supremacy was in the past, it was based on your whole member Supreme Arena ranking, like all guild members. And then basically everyone can contribute. Is not so all or nothing, which it basically is when it is all basically calculated in the 3 Vanguard duels. And the other kind of issue I have with the Vanguard Duel setup is really it is again basically content that majority of players are never going to even interact with, right? Like, it's just your top 3 players. Every single guild duel, they're going to be the ones participating. Everyone else basically doesn't even need to engage in this PvP mode. And so basically, even though it's a guild duel, the PvP portion is just reduced to your top 3 members duking it out. And whereas your Dream Realm and AFK stage ranking are their whole guild is contributing, right? Like, all 180 players, 90 members from each guild are contributing with their Dream Realm, with their AFK stages. Everyone's basically participating, and the daily quest as well. But the only thing which is just kind of odd one out is the PvP, which is just all on the backs of 3 players, and no one else gets to participate in the mode, which I feel like I would like some improvement here, for more participation from other guild members, and also less all or nothing basically of your top 3, and that is all that matters. So you guys feel free to share your thoughts about this in the comment section. The only other thing I want to highlight briefly is the Mithril point daily quest. Yes, it's a daily quest that refreshes. Like, even if you made a purchase like on Monday, on Tuesday, this quest pops back up again. And like I said, even high spenders, they're not topping up every day, because that's kind of like crazy. And maybe they top up once or twice per week, and they buy a couple packs, but usually it isn't more than that. And so this just feels kind of unnecessary, and not really anyone can even really be targeting this. So most people just now are ignoring it. And I don't know. I just feel like it maybe shouldn't be here, or it should just be like once per week rather than daily resetting. Those are just some ideas I have for the guild duel. Now, overall, let's just not all just talk about, the problems. We also have some good news. For example, we got this generous gift of 5,000 guild medals, 10 invite letters, and an explanation, most importantly, an explanation that, in fact, throughout the whole season of Crown of Ashes, we are actually going to have even higher rewards of guild medals and the resources we basically were worried would we be able to earn as much as in the previous season. Because in Phase 1, yes, we did not earn enough of the guild medals, but basically they're explaining it and explaining it well. And I think this was a good thing by the developers. I really encourage them to do this in the future, to explain the key pressing, concerns the community has. Give some compensation is also great. Like, obviously that also can win people over, but also explaining basically the fact that, like, if people are misunderstanding things, to actually correct it. And because if we read what is being said here, there's actually good information that we didn't know about, which is that a large portion of core rewards will be concentrated in phase 2 and phase 3 rather than phase 1. And that's why, even though we missed out on phase 1 rewards by not having guild supremacy, it will be more than made up in the following phases, which we can calculate at the end, because we know, like, the amount that we've earned in guild medals of the previous seasons. Like, I made a video about that, and so we can calculate in the end to make sure that this is true. But basically, this is reassuring us that this will be the case, that we will have even actually increased rewards compared to previous seasons. And we understand the impression, the overall rewards have been reduced. But yeah, it is not the case. Is actually, this season are actually greater than the previous season. That is what they're saying. Here's a more detailed breakdown. So they've also talked about the new guild mode, which is coming up, which is that if you maintain your regular activity in your guild, like even in Guild Duel, this is the thing. Even if you're losing in Guild Duel, you're still getting almost maximum rewards. The only rewards which you're losing out on are the tier rewards, in terms of guild medals. And those tier rewards, you can progress them over time. And it's, if you lose 1 or 2 guild duels along the way, it won't demote you unless they're consecutive losses or until you've made a high enough tier. And so everyone should be ending around, tier 3, tier 4, even if not tier 1. And overall, then their rewards are going to be very similar to even the player who beats everyone. So this is also the thing we have to realize. Even though Guild Duel is heavily favored and basically only winnable by the players who win the Vanguard Duel, the difference in rewards between the winner and loser of Guild Duel is not very massive. And so that is basically the silver lining of the cloud. And then regarding reward sources, a new Guild Duel offers significantly greater rewards, and then a new real-time guild battle will be introduced in version 1.7.3, which this is also it's also crazy, because a real-time guild battle basically is going to be another PvP content for guilds. And already this season has been jam-packed of PvP content. So this is definitely crazy. I really hope that in the next season they really try to focus on PvE content additions and improvements, because this season is basically purely PvP additions, which was needed. But I would have liked to also had some PvE addition at the same time, to give basically all players something to enjoy, because not all players enjoy or basically even can participate in PvP, as you guys are seeing. In Clash Runs, Guild Duel, Vanguard Duel, basically it's very limited who can even participate. So that is the other issue with that. But I do hope for Clash Runs, I really do hope the developers consider increasing the number of members which are going to be allowable to join Clash Runs, like all the way up to 70, 80, or maybe even all 90, because it's just more of a community experience then, right? Okay, so Reputation Crest rewards. So what they've said about Reputation Crest, and this is something I didn't know, the free cosmetic rewards will also be made available later through other free avenues. So they're confirming that whatever cosmetics were in Reputation Quest, they're going to also be freely obtainable. They're not going to be behind a paywall like of the Noble Path that we were predicting. So this is also good news for people who like the cosmetics, and the other rewards like diamonds and things will be allocated to other events, so that's fine. I mean, it still is, I don't know, I like the thing about Reputation Quests were they were very kind of mindless. They weren't actually like, I never paid attention to them, but it felt like it wasn't story content. It was just kind of like random tasks. And so if those are removed but the rewards are still there, I do think it's overall fine. I don't know. I do find it strange, but at the same time, like, you know, if people are a lot of people are just not wanting to repetitively do these like quests and Voyage of Wonders and things, I can understand that. But then there are also people who want that. And so like yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to talk about that much more. And finally, we would like to share an early preview of the free gifts coming in version 1.7.3 Celebration Update. Now, I think what they're referring to here is there's actually, so the Asia launch for AFK Journey, basically the 2-year anniversary for Asia launch, it should be in August to September. That is when the Asia basically AFK Journey launched for them, end of August to September. And I think that is what they're talking about with the version 173 celebration update. It's probably the Asia second year anniversary that they're talking about. But during this version, you will be able to claim a glorious hero chest, so one selector chest. And I mean, yeah, one chest is decent, but like really, I would like for these anniversaries or big celebrations to have more than just one. Have like 2, 3, you know, it's because one chest only gets you so far in your progress for a Celestial Hypogean. And then including the newly added Celestial Hypogeans, okay, in 173, okay, so King Rolan, okay, so it will apply to King Rolan. That is at least a good thing because probably a lot of people will need him. And then 40 stellar crystals. Okay, that's also good. And other resources. And the new crossover event will also launch. Yeah, the collab is coming around that time as well. Right at the end of the season, basically. So definitely, I think that mail with the rewards and also the explanation was a good move by the developers. I hope they continue to do that. And just talking about the guild duel, I do hope that they do somehow incorporate all members or most members to somehow be able to contribute meaningfully to the PvP aspect of guild duel rather than leaving it all on your top 3 PvP players, because it's just not very engaging and interactive for the majority of the guild, and also is all or nothing, where basically the guild with the 3 strongest PvP players will guarantee the win in the guild duel, which is, I don't think that's how it's intended to be. It's supposed to be like, you know, if you're better in Dreamwell and AFK stages, you should somehow still have a chance to beat the PvP players, but it's just not the case at all. Right now, it's way too many points being generated by winning the Vanguard Duel. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, of course, and hopefully the developers do check out the video in comment section. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.